let's solve this equation. We're trying to solve it for x, obviously, and one of the tricks is to clear the fraction. Whenever you have an equation, I always encourage people to clear the fraction. Another trick is to recognize, hey, most likely this factors, and it has the same factor as is right there. So I'm going to take a guess that this is x minus 2, and therefore this has to be x plus 3, and sure enough, that works. So that's that. So I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation, the entire equation I should say. I'm going to multiply the entire equation by the least common denominator, which is x minus 2, x plus 3. When I do that here, I just get 5 equals, when I do that here, I get 2 times, well I know what that equaled. It equaled x squared plus x minus 6. And when I do it here, the x minus 2's cancel and I just get plus, don't forget that plus right there, I get plus x minus 3, don't forget the parentheses, times x plus 3. Now I'm going to distribute and simplify. Notice I've got a quadratic equation. To solve a quadratic equation, I have to put it in the ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 form, factor, or use the quadratic formula, or complete the square. So I'm going to distribute the 2 in. I'm going to FOIL this out, which you should recognize that that's just x squared minus 9. Hopefully you'll recognize that. Now I'm going to add like terms. I'm going to move the 5 over. So I've got 0 equals 3x squared plus 2x. This is negative 21 minus 5 is negative 26. Now I'm going to factor if possible. Otherwise I'm going to have to use a quadratic formula. So let's see if this factors. 3x squared can only be 3x and x. 28 or 26 could be 13 and 2, and that's the only thing it can be. So 13 and 2, if I do, there's no way to do 13 and 2, is there? 13 and 2 won't work in there, so it does not factor, but that doesn't mean it doesn't solve. So let me not cross out that whole thing. Let me just get rid of this. It does not factor, but you can still find the solution, and you do it by using the quadratic formula, which is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 4, minus 4ac all over 2a, which is 2 times 3, which equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of, that's, what is that? So that's 316 on the inside the radical there, all over 6. And you could simplify that a little bit if you want, but long story short, that's your answer.